going on, Jerome's? So it's really unfortunate when you head into week 3 and it's already a must-win game, but that's where the Vikings allegedly find themselves 0-2, even though they should have beat the Buccaneers. They should have definitely beat the Eagles on Thursday night, but the Vikings can't have the turnovers, and they do keep beating themselves, but that's what's super frustrating. Like, it would be one thing to be 0-2 and you just got boat raced by 20 or 30 points every single game, but the fact that the Vikings were in both games, the Vikings should have won both games, including in Philly. That's what hurts. What hurts the most is being so close. There you go. And now, week 3, hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. And the Chargers have certainly been charging as they're off to their own 0-2 start. But 33rd team pointed this out. The Chargers are the only team ever to start 0-2 despite scoring 50-plus points with no turnovers. Which, I mean... head coach Brandon Staley, who's this alleged defensive genius, his defense is very poopy. Kellen Moore is going to completely ruin Justin Herbert. The Eckler missed week 2, so I don't know. I don't know, man. But either way, the Chargers are certainly struggling as they lost in overtime to the Tennessee Titans. But this is still a good football team that just haven't put it together. Sort of like the Vikings, except the Vikings were completely self-inflicted wounds, and hopefully they get off the schneid. And of course, this comes down to the alleged 2020 Diet Pepsi offensive rookie of the year, which should have gone to Justin freaking Jefferson. They gave it to the wrong Justin. No big deal. But reasons why this is a must-win. Number one, you're 0-2. Again, allegedly. 0-3 could lead to some tough conversations, whether it be Justin Jefferson maybe wanting out of town. Although Justin Jefferson wants to do is win, and the Vikings currently are doing that. And again, it could lead to some tough conversations, like, would Kirk waive his no-trade clause if he sees this season going pear-shaped, and the fact that he might not be part of the team next year, or if the Vikings do absolutely nothing along the offensive line? But I don't know. Can't really think like that, man. But putting all phases together, stop beating yourself, knock it off with the turnovers, actually stop the run, which would be nice to do. Plus, you just can't lose 2 in a row at home, 3 in a row if you go back to last season in the wild card game, right? I mean, the Vikings have the most loyal and durable fans in the world because we've been through a lot, but you got to keep the crowd into the game, and you got to keep the crowd into the season. And the Chargers, despite them charging consistently, I've always called them the AFC Vikings, or the Vikings with better weather. They're still a good ass team. I mean, Keenan Allen still can do it. Mike Williams can do it. Justin Herbert is still an elite talent. They got Khalil Mack on the other side, so we'll see what happens. But the Vikings, unfortunate with that 0-2 start, but you're hosting the Chargers at the Panthers. It could be a little bit pluckier than you think, and then you're hosting the Chiefs again week 5, and they're starting to get on track. So, I mean, you're heading into a stretch where you got to rack up and stack up some wins because the NFC, I mean, even though the NFC is wide open, you're still going to be chasing the Eagles and the Niners. And with the NFC North, I mean, the Vikings still are in the thick THICC of things because all of them lost yesterday. And that's still the number one goal. Win your division. Doesn't matter if you win the division at 13-4 like last year, or 8-9, which could be a distinct possibility this season. You get in the dance, you got a chance, especially when you're hosting a home game, which, I know it didn't work out last year, but I mean, that's the thing about gambling. You can't keep losing. I don't know, number one principle. But again, if this team starts out 0-3, and if they hit a death spiral, because again, on the road in the NFL is not a gimme. Week 4 against the Panthers, you got the Chiefs at home. Division games on the road are always tough, despite what Justin Fields and the Bears have been doing. Then you got the Niners at home week 7. I mean, this could lead to some very awkward conversations about this team's future, and also about Justin Jefferson, also about Kirk Cousins as that trade deadline approaches. And I highly doubt that the Wilfs would make a change after 2 seasons, especially where you have the first one with 13-4 winning the division. But that seat would get pretty hot. Again, NFL stands for not for long, and if you can trace the Vikings' issues straight up to sloppy play, which comes down to coaching or lack of depth, especially at a position group that you knew you didn't have a lot of depth at in the offensive line, and doing absolutely nothing, there will be some talks. There will be some talks, but They got to get it done. They got to get it done. For the 2020 Diet Pepsi Offensive Rookie of the Year stolen election. But Vikings do have to get it done on Sunday. And luckily it's a spot where, the Chargers will give the Vikings every single opportunity to win. And hopefully the Vikings seize that and they don't beat themselves. But your thoughts are thoughts. Why Week 3 is already a must-win for the Vikings. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.